Get it while it's hot.
Topics. That was perfect.
Yeah.
Effing perfect. Because the truth is, guys, and this has shaken me to my core. Welcome, it's Pod in the City, the place on YouTube, really, for your Sex in the City shit. And just like that, just got canceled after season 3. And really what happened is it got canceled last week. But we're here to talk about the subsequent fallout that has happened. Because initially, I want you guys to go back because every week we do a live stream. And last week's live stream, the live stream Friday, August 1st from season 3, episode 10 is when the big news was dropped and where we discussed the release by Michael Patrick King. Now, I'm going to do a power read of this so we get it back in our brain because the idea that we're following here is really, we want to answer the question. Guys, also, it's Joan and Amanda. Hi, hit subscribe, hit like, do all that stuff. If you're here, you're probably here. I'm going to read this quickly. And just like that, the ongoing storytelling of Sex and the City, of the Sex and the City universe is coming to an end. While I was writing the last, here's the important
bullshit.
While I was writing the last episode of And Just Like That, season 3, it became clear to me that this might be a wonderful place to stop. Along with Sarah Jessica Parker, Casey Bloys, and Sarah Aubrey, we decided to end the popular series this year with a 2-part finale and extended the original series order from 10 episodes to 12. I do actually believe that because all they're saying is they've decided to end it with a 2-part finale. That's really what that sentence is saying. SJP and I held off on announcing blah, 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 blah. Really what we want to get to the bottom of is it's now come out subsequently that maybe it wasn't their choice to end it. And
sure.
And by our, watching and etc., we can realize it's not really their choice either because the storylines that are introduced in 2 episodes from the finale you're not leading to tying anything up. You're leading to brand new stuff. So
and everyone is in agreement. All the other podcasters and content creators surrounding this, we're all in agreement that well, what the hell? We were watching that.
Weirdly, as much as I hate And Just Like That, it was getting to a point where I'm 3 seasons in. And now you've finally given us something we want slightly. And then now it is ending. Okay.
It's just it's gaining traction. And everyone actually agreed about that too. All the creators were saying, well, it was just starting to get really watchable for some reason. And
now,
then
we're not saying it's good.
No.
But by And Just Like That standards, it was getting good. Now, here is some of the fallout. Okay, fallout. I'm acting so serious about major fallout, guys. I just want to do the posts, the Instagram posts of some of the actors and actresses, the actors of the show. First, we have Cynthia Nixon, who did a slideshow, of photos. And she wrote, or why don't you read this, Amanda?
Okay. I can't believe our wild, beautiful, and just like that ride is almost over. It has been such a delight from start to finish. I will miss working with these people every day so incredibly much, but know we will always be a part of each other's lives. Get ready for a lot more carousels in the weeks to come, and don't miss these last few episodes. Surprises in store. Now, you know what? As I'm reading this, remember she was on Watch What Happens, and what did she say? She said a lot will be revealed. So do you think she knew then?
She did, because you remember when I was going on and on about Andy Cohen saying, tell us, how does And Just Like That end? Remember I was going on and on about him asking that, and people were like,
think he might have slipped by accident?
I do, because he's besties with Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah, and he was in it. He was in this show. He was there in the room when it happened.
Blown away.
Okay.
So, yes, that was lovely. And I guess these slideshows are called carousels.
Yeah. That's what the kids are
Kristen
calling it.
Davis posted the official Michael Patrick King photo and wrote, "I am profoundly sad. I love our whole beautiful cast and crew. 400 artisans working so hard on our show with deep love. And to our loyal fans, we love you forever and ever." Now, I think the show could have gone on better if maybe y'all didn't need 400 artisans to make this shit show. Like, let's be real. I understand that television takes a lot, but maybe if you like reeled in the show a little bit and like didn't have that huge room, trust me, we watched the documentary. We saw the money being.
They were producing every episode like one movie per
Exactly.
like a movie. And you know what? I put this on our notes, so actually it's a good way to incorporate this in. I watched this weekend Sex and the City 2. And it's really worth the watch because it's Samantha's there.
You used to hate it.
I did used to really hate it. Now I think that And Just Like That may be sullying my memory or my actual feelings, but like
I've always been a Sex and the City 2 fan. I've always
it's
said it.
Good. The first movie.
I don't think it's good.
Favorite. No, it's not good. The first movie is good though.
Love the first movie.
Like it's amazing. It's
but
like
the second
perfect.
movie is campy garbage.
It's a romp, and it was very crazy. Like it's very like, let us throw all of our riches in your face. And now at a time of full recession after COVID, doesn't age well to watch these people just experience wealth and we're just watching it like they're on the plane and just.
But this still, and just that's probably part of the failure of And Just Like That is it did move these characters out of any realm of
relatability.
Like, relatability. And really, I'll be honest, and I'll say it to the heavens. You didn't have Samantha. And I'm sorry, but Sex and the City, Samantha is what allowed that show to balance every other character. It made every other character seem more realistic because Samantha was like over, like there was just, you're missing that. Sorry. Okay, let's continue because I could go on a rant about that forever. Mario Cantone, yes, I'm very sad. I will miss every one of you involved. I can't thank you enough for this once in a lifetime experience. Then he tags 85 people and writes, "I'm a lucky man" at the end.
Okay.
Then we have Duncan, which I know.
I wouldn't even
for
thought
Duncan's
to look
opinion,
for
but how? First of all, check the photo he posted of SJP. Wait.
Oh my God! What the fuck? That's so random and out of context and bad. That's a hideous picture.
I think it was like an on.
Is this a reel that you just got a screenshot?
It was 2 photos.
Oh, this is just a.
This must be the second photo. I think the photo was him and her.
I would be livid if and it's not even like he's in the picture, so he looks good in the picture, and he didn't think to look at her. This is just a picture of her not looking at the camera, wearing glasses.
I don't think she would probably approve this in her executive production. Oh, there's another problem of why it got canceled. Probably because you don't watch your own episodes, so you don't know what's wrong with them. This guy Duncan wrote, "Wait, did I just kill And Just Like That? Duncan finally has one night of passion with Carrie Bradshaw and the show's over forever? Was it, judging by this picture, his surprisingly small head? Oh, oops. Or something else funny. A little underwhelming. Dunkin' Donuts. I guess America won't run on Dunkin', but it was exquisite pleasure while it lasted." Tagging Cynthia Nixon, Kristen Davis, and
John Melfi.
John? I don't know who that is. My once and future king, Michael Patrick, and the one and only ever SJP. You gave the world such joy for nearly 30 years. I don't think there's a higher calling for people in our business. You knocked it out of the park, and it's still traveling. Thank you for having me on your team for a hot and very hot.
That's too long for somebody who's been on 4 episodes.
Yeah,
and
also,
really went on and on there, dude.
Also, this sounds like Sarah Jessica Parker died because you're saying you gave the world such joy for nearly 30 years.
Do you find that Sarah Jessica Parker among the team at Sex and the City is very much the Beyonce of that? Like people are always like, "Thank you so much, Sarah Jessica." Oh my God, Sarah Jessica, you.
In that way.
In that way, that like everyone's scared of her.
Here's the difference: is that Beyonce's produces all of her stuff and like produces her show, concerts, music, all that shit. And I've seen, the Renaissance doc. I've seen the Coachella doc. I've seen all of those. Beyonce actually pores over her work. She rewatches things. She fine tunes what she's doing. SJP is embarrassed to be a part of Sex and the City. Let's be honest. Let's be honest here, guys.
No, she says this because she hates watching herself.
No, I think that the reason this show ultimately failed is because the characters on it, the three core people, Kristen Davis, I think Kristen Davis would, if they handed her any script, she'd be like, yay! Yeah. I think Cynthia Nixon and SJP didn't like who their characters were and really wanted to be what they wanted it to be. Let's be real.
You don't think it just comes down to the fact that both SJP and Michael Patrick King couldn't suck it up enough that people are making fun of their show and they're taking their ball and going home?
No, I think they fully got canceled. I don't think it was a choice by them. In fact, now it's being there are rumored stories out now that SJP is upset and like the rug was pulled out from under them because their argument, whether it was her or who it was, but it was that we've just the stories we've just started and introduced stories for every single character. Like every character has a new story that's introduced for them. That would be the cliffhanger of this season to lead to next. But the problem ultimately too is like most shows, especially a sequel series that already had 6 seasons and 2 movies, you shouldn't take 3 whole seasons to find your footing on a show. You should have been able to figure that out season 1 even. Honestly, I don't know what happened. I think maybe that they are so too out of touch. They're too far removed from the original project. What is it? They're just different people. Let's hear the last.
I'm sorry. Somebody made a really good point. I don't know if it was Heather McDonald or someone else, but Psych Legal Pop maybe, but somebody made a point on a podcast.
Some other podcast.
Some other podcast. Actually, might have been Couldn't Help But Wonder, the podcast that we kind of got to mention. That the Writers Room podcast makes it clear that, and just like that is basically just, here's a bunch of inside jokes between me and my friends that none of you guys will get. And that really does sum it up.
It was too much about the writers and too much about their lives.
We're not,
as opposed
the audience
to,
isn't in on this.
Yeah, and it makes sense if you listen to the Writers' Room because it is like the deodorant thing. That was worked in so that they could show this story that they saw and thought was so funny. And then they never even referenced it back in a logical way because Adam's mom had cancer. It would make sense. I mean, like things like that. I also saw, I forgot what it was. I'll see if it comes back to me. Nicole R.A. Parker did write a nice thing, and she was on the whole show, so I'm fine with that. An honor and a joy to be a part of this iconic family. Heart, thank you, MPK, and then all these people, and the extraordinary writers and producers of Just Like That, Max. From the first day to the last, it has been just like that. Amazing. To my TV hubs, the magnificent C-Jack 930, there are not enough words to describe the epic amounts of sidebars, laughter, and shenanigans we shared. You are a masterclass in talent, work ethic, and generosity of spirit. Hope we can cut up again one day soon. And that makes sense because I bet you she filmed 75% of her time on set was with him. So
he does. And then me and John went over to Christopher Jackson's Instagram page. He never posts about it just like that.
The only thing he has on there is a photo of him and his wife at the premiere. You can't even see in the photo that it says "and just like that."
You would never know that he was on that show.
The rest is like, oh, what are you going to do after your time in the Hamilton reunion? It's like, okay. I mean,
it's all Hamilton based. That's so funny.
Now, Carrie, I mean, Sarah Jessica Parker, I mean, do we know a difference at this point? Unfortunately, what Carrie has become. She did put out a very long, poetic, because she is a writer, I think in real life, you know, The Woman. I'm surprised this didn't start by The Woman. Instead, she did release. Now, it did take me 3 full screenshots. I'm going to just read it. F it.
Can I go before you start? I want to say that I feel like I felt happy hearing this because it seemed to me that she's been very disconnected from the character of Carrie in this whole series. So this was actually a nice surprise for me. I'm like, oh, you actually did love Carrie, because it doesn't seem like you did lately.
I think that she became more connected into what Carrie wears instead of who Carrie is, or trying to purport this idea. Well, they did reach it in this season, but I don't know why they chose to have Aiden be 8 out of 12 episodes. Like if they had him for 3 episodes, like
the more I think of it, I actually really am loving more and more that they brought Aiden back, because I think for a lot of people, Aiden, and we all have a one that got away. So I think sometimes it's good to be like, to show it you. No, it never would have worked either. That's good.
I agree on that. I just think that, and I am only saying this too because we're not getting any more seasons, is that I wish we could have had more time to see Carrie if they were going to kill off Big, really, ultimately, I wish Anna and just I think we're going to make an episode. Make sure that you guys are subscribed or whatever, because I want to make a full episode after the last episode, or maybe our next episode would be what should it have been? What would we have done to make it better? And then a wonderful person, can't remember who it was off the top of my head, suggested that we ask people to write in what you guys thought would be the ending of season 4 or ending of season 3. Or maybe they said what would happen in season 4.
And you know what? You can email us at patcpod@gmail.com. Or even more fun would be if you go to our SpeakPipe and leave us a voicemail. We can play those. The link is right here and down in the show notes. You can just click right on it. You can also write a comment on here too and give us some engagement and tell us how do you think Sex and what should have happened on And Just Like That, or what do you think would happen in season 4? Okay. So Sarah Jessica Parker also put out a video with this and did voiceover too. Why don't you do it in the Carrie Bradshaw or in the Sarah Jessica Parker voice? And it's written like a poem with just word.
Oh, it's like one word.
Yeah. She crossed streets, avenues, Rubicons, so it seemed. She broke hearts, heals, habits. She loved, lost, won, tripped, leaped, fell short and into puddles, aged, got wiser. She has made the hardest, worst and best decisions, traveled near and far for the new, the vintage, friends and love. Changed homes, time zones, boyfriends, her mind, her shoes, her hair, but never her love and devotion to New York City. She had dates, drinks, boyfriends, a husband, God, this is long and truly great loves and romances. She hailed cabs. She ran in heels and danced with Stanford. Aww. She told the truth and she lied. She typed, wondered, wrote, published, grieved, forgave, got stood up, stood strong, stood out. I'm at like a slam poetry meeting right now. She devoted herself to hats, books, shoes, friends, and the promise of a new day in her beloved city and the people she treasured most. She has worn shame, pride, honor, optimism, and literally counted dresses, skirts, tutus, held on to hands, hopes, and the very best of people. Miranda, Samantha. Hey, I'm shocked she wrote Samantha, to be honest. And
she didn't write what's her Kim Cattrall, but okay. Keep going.
There will never be better friends. And what great, they're my friends, not you. Great fortune for Carrie to come to know and love Seema and LTW. Most divine connections.
You know who we're missing? Carrie's bestie from season 2, Che Diaz. Oh, and Bobby Lee. Why didn't you involve Bobby Lee in this?
I'm fine with her leaving out Bobby Lee.
But Che Diaz, you should have said Che.
Yeah, why didn't she say
that was
Che?
her
Something
friend.
happened there. That was contentious, I think, at the end.
Yes.
Carrie Bradshaw has dominated my professional heartbeat for 27 years, except for the past 3, where I just buried my head in the sand and would.
And every episode that I don't watch. Even though I'm an executive producer.
But I just signed my name on the check to myself. I know others have loved her just as I have, which is why the fans were so mad about the season being bad. It's because we like the show. Don't you see that?
We like Sex and the City. We like those characters and we want to see them in a good way. And there's, you know what? You didn't need to make it so tumultuous in certain things. You could have had much more some slice of life shit, which was closer to the original series. You didn't need crazy. Anyway, keep going.
The deodorant storyline. I have no. Oh, by the way, it is confirmed that those 2 episodes were split.
Oh,
So that makes sense. I know others have loved her just as I have, been frustrated, condemned, and rooted for her. The symphony of all those emotions have been the greatest soundtrack and most consequential companion. Therefore, the most sentimental and profound gratitude and lifetime of debt to you all. MPK and I together recognize, as we have in the past, this chapter complete. And just like that was all joy, adventure, the greatest kind of hard work, alongside the most extraordinary talent of 380. That includes all the brilliant actors who joined us. I am better for every single day I spent with you. It will be, oh God, I can just tell that this last little bit is going to be maudlin. The whole thing. Thank you all. I love you so. I hope you love these final 2 episodes as much as we do. Rabbit. That's an inside joke that we don't get.
what is that?
Sarah Jessica Parker.
What's
It's
Rabbit?
It's probably an inside joke with her and Michael Patrick King and like the writers.
Let us know if we're dumb in the comments. What is Rabbit?
Google if you want.
So by my accounting here, she says MPK and I together recognized, as we have in the past, this chapter complete. So is she saying there? Is she feeding into the idea that her and MPK decided to end it? Because I'm not buying it. SJP ain't buying it. MPK.
I just looked
SJP.
up. Hang on. I just looked up rabbit, but it's rabbit. It's a superstition in some English-speaking countries where a person says rabbit upon waking on the first day of a month to ensure good luck for the rest of it. I don't think that's what she.
Okay, I don't think that's what she's talking about.
I don't know. She's all worldly like that. She might know that.
Well, as I've said multiple times, first of all, hit subscribe, hit like, etc., etc. Stay tuned, because we put other videos out on Wednesday too, where we watched together and we talked about special forces. And if you're just listening, keep it going.
And I have
almost there. Yes.
I want to beg you guys, write in the comments below on this now, right now. This is a question that I've had for months. Do you think that the writers, like when it comes to Carrie being like a bad person and like a bad friend, do you think the writers intended to write her like that? And do you think SJP intended to play her like that? Because I don't think that. I think that they think that she is perfect and a very good friend. And like, do they see Carrie as flawed?
I think they see Carrie as flawed, but I don't know that they see her as bad as she comes off. You know, by their amounting, they would say this next person is bad. But I would ultimately say that at the end of And Just Like That, I've missed this person the most. They deserve, like, honestly, I would have rather seen a spin-off show of this person than the rest of the show. Let's be real. And that is Kim Cattrall, who kind of has the last laugh here. And now people are deciding, is this shady or not? It is a sunset. Mm-hmm. Photo of a sunset. It was posted on the day that they announced.
How often does she post?
Okay.
Because I think that'll lend. If she hasn't posted for 2 years and then she posted this on the same day, then that would mean something.
Could you imagine? It's like hasn't posted in 12 years, and
since her jazz thing.
Okay, no, she does post every. Oh wait, there was a post on July 5th, July 25th, and then this one 5 days ago.
So that could be either or.
I mean, I'm going to say this had to do with it because it said, it's the end of a very long week with a heart and a kissy face. And it's a sunset, which usually a sunset means like the ending of something too, right? I will say she dodged a bullet here, but I also think that the show itself would have been it has to have been at least 5 times better if she were on it.
Yep.
Right? So we'll miss you, and just like that, we really, really will. But still stay tuned, because we still have like 2 more episodes of it, which is going to be the 2-part finale, right? Like
Crazy.
So honestly,
Wow.
we are deep, deep lovers of Sex and the City. We're not deep lovers of And Just Like That, but we are deep lovers of Sex and the City. And so ultimately, I am looking at these final 2 episodes as a wrap up of your entire thing. You're not just wrapping up And Just Like That. You're wrapping up all of it.
We went to the midnight showing of opening night together.
Dressed up.
Sex and the City first movie. And it was a transcendent movie going experience for us.
We sobbed.
Like, I remember, I forget what moment it was. Maybe it was just when
Samantha's feeding Carrie the yogurt.
No, it wasn't that. It was when we were just watching the montage of all the dresses. I remember looking, and you, me, and Anthony were all at the literal edge of our seats, like leaning forward, like hook this to my veins right now. Like, and just the whole experience, like 2 old women walked in together, I remember. And I remember all 3 of us just being so touched by that. Like 2 80-year-old women, like hobbled in together.
Oh, they love Sex and the City.
Midnight showing.
So guys, stick tuned with those. Stay tuned, whatever. We do our live streams on every Friday, etc. And we'll let's move it into another special section. And we love you guys. I don't know. It's weird to transition here. So that
was actually fine if you hadn't just said that.